Okay. These are minutes of the senior management meeting, correct? Team.
Correct.
How often does this team have meetings in a month?
Depends. Sometimes once a month, sometimes twice a month.
Okay. Do you have daily briefings as well with the CEO?
Yes.
What is the purpose of the daily briefings?
Sometimes the CEO updates me on their activities and the activities on the administration. Sometimes he informs me of any challenges he would need from the council or from the committees.
Do they need to seek approval as well for any activity? In some cases?
No, just guidance and advice.
Guidance and advice, but no need for approval.
No.
Does the CEO have the authority to disregard your instruction? Should you give one?
Yes.
Okay. And what would be the reason for that? What would be the powers of the CEO when the law says the CEO is answerable to council?
Just repeat that question.
What would the CEO, any CEO, be relying on to suggest that they have the authority to not go by your instructions if you are the head of council?
If I instructed the CEO,
yes,
and it was against the law, he should not follow that
I agree. If it is within the law,
it is his discretion
to not follow your instruction.
It is not my mandate to instruct the CEO. If I do give instructions, it is his discretion to choose whether to do so or not.
Okay. And if the CEO decides not to do so, what is the next step?
If it contravenes any law or act, I can bring the matter to the council. If it does not, nothing comes out of it.
Very well. Now, let me show you this memo from the deputy clerk to council, addressed to the chief executive officer, and copied as the chairman. This is during the interim period, the committee. The date is 15th of February 2018.
Yes.
You are familiar with that memo?
No.
You're not. All right. Now, that memo talks about the threshold during the interim period, right? In relation to finances. Will you kindly read that, please?
From the deputy clerk to the chief executive officer, copied to the chairman. At the meeting of the General Council and Interim Management Committee held on 14 February 2018, by the recommendations of all members, approval has been given for your thresholds for expenditures to be reduced from 500,000 to 100,000. Any expenditure that exceeds the aforementioned figure must be forwarded to the chairman of the Interim Management Committee for approval.
So may I please have the memo? So during this period, there was, it was when it was lawful that there would be an interim committee, correct?
Yes.
And the chairman of the interim committee for the period that the interim committee is mandated by law to operate and manage the affairs of council would perform the role of a mayor or a chairman, correct?
I would have to confirm that.
To confirm that. Okay. Now, but this is our position, so you can always come back to us and confirm that. And so, because they perform the functions of the chairman or mayor, as the case may be, they need to have a threshold, and a threshold was passed. Now, you are saying you are not aware of this, correct?
I'm not aware of this memo.
No. Good. But were you aware that there was a threshold when you assumed office as mayor?
Like I said, in our first general council, there was a council resolution to institute limits.
To institute limits? Okay. And will you provide this resolution?
I think it was part of the request of the chairwoman.
Yes, but it's not submitted yet.
Yes, we are working on all those things.
Okay. And now, this resolution you are referring to, is it the limits covering the three tiers, the CEO, the mayor, and the council itself, or does it exclude any of the authority mentioned in the financial manual?
Includes the CEO, the council, and the mayor.
And the mayor. And so what was the limit, if to the best of your recollection?
It was
That were
100,000 for the CEO and up to 500,000 to consult the mayor and above 500,000 for the council.
in compliance with the financial manual?
Yeah.
Good. And this resolution, was it at any point, did council maintain this resolution throughout, or do they pass another resolution?
Shortly after, it was reversed.
It was
That's
reversed.
what I'm trying to find out, how it was reversed. And that's one of the things I was going to bring.
Okay. Would you recall that it was reversed through a resolution or just by operation practice?
It was discussed at the council floor, but I have to find out how it was reversed.
All right. When can we expect your?
As soon as ably possible.
Please note that down. Now, this period that you had the financial manual being discussed and also adhered to in relation to the threshold, right? Why do you think it is important that there is a threshold in relation to the administration of the powers of the CEO?
Well, yesterday I was starting to explain, but
Right.
the chair lady said I should focus on the issue at hand.
Right,
But like I said, when we took over, we found so many mess that was created.
right,
And we felt that to know exactly what had happened before we had put up our structures as a council, the mayor would in the interim review payments until the contracts committee was instituted, the finance committee was instituted, and the accounts committee was instituted. And when those committees were instituted, we then agreed that they had the relevant competence to do that function.
yeah. The contracts committee does not have the mandate by law to decide on issues of threshold. Unless you have it expressly stated anywhere, the authority for expenditure does not rest on the contracts committee or the finance committee. The authority for expenditure by the financial manual rests on the CEO, the mayor or mayoress or chairperson, as the case may be, going by the financial manual, and the council itself. Now, the contracts committee have its specific mandate in relation to contracts. And even if they award a contract, there are approval procedures both through GPPA and through council should it reach a certain amount. Is that not the case?
I don't believe that's the case entirely. As per the financial manual, the mayor should be consulted,
Yes.
but does not have the authority to decide or not to decide.
On what?
The financial manual said the mayor should be consulted on payments,
Yes.
but does not have the authority to decide on payments or not.
No, the financial
And
manual
it
did not say
says
that.
it's at the discretion of the council to set those limits.
No,
I think we went over this debate.
no, the financial manual did not say
Discussion
that.
It says that.
We read the words as they are written so that we would not impute our own words into the law, so that we have clarity. There would not be any ambiguity, so that when you read the text of the law and you now start to import words there based on how you are reading it, that would not be proper and fair. You understand that? So let's read it again. It says the authority to incur expenditure is vested in council through budget approval. The finance director shall not make any payment nor accept any charge in his accounts unless authorized by the chief executive and in accordance with the monetary thresholds approved by each council. As regard the monetary threshold, it should be noted that up to a given amount, the CEO can approve and incur expenditure without reference to the chairman or mayor of the council. Now, up to a certain amount, the CEO is required to consult and seek clearance from the chairman and mayor. And beyond a given amount, the CEO is required to refer such expenditure to council to seek approval. So the text is very clear, is it not?
As per your explanation, it is not clear.
As my reading.
If you look at the text, it says, 1, the authority to incur expenditure is vested in the council. In the council. through budget approval. That is in line with the Local Government Act that the council is the executive. Number two,
No, that part is what you are imputing.
that is the premise of this entire section.
Yeah, so
Number two,
the
if
part,
you allow me to
just allow
complete
me,
my evidence,
just allow me,
please.
just allow me. So
Please allow me to submit my evidence.
I want to explain something to you before you proceed. So please, if you are reading the law, just read the part, and then if you want to explain that text, you can go ahead and explain the text.
I have not finished reading the part. Can you allow me to finish?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Number two, the chief executive, in accordance with the monetary thresholds approved by each council, should then abide by thresholds. If the council does not approve, nothing else can happen in this section.
Right.
So that's why I said in the initial time, the council approved a threshold and removed those approvals. So anybody who acts outside those approvals is in contravention of this section.
Thank you. So the part of the mayor, you
That
mind
was
reading?
removed.
No, I mean, do you mind reading that?
That is a section that is a part of this section that is based on the premise of the authority and approval of the council, but it goes on to say,
No, I mean, can you
as
mind reading?
regard the monetary thresholds, it should be noted that up to a given amount, the CEO can approve and incur expenditure without reference to the chairman of the council. Up to a certain amount, the CEO is required to consult and seek clearance from the chairman of this council. Beyond a given amount, the CEO is required to refer such expenditure to the council to seek approval. But this section is based on the first section, which is the council should approve thresholds.
It's okay. What do you understand by up to a certain amount, the CEO is required to consult and seek clearance? Seek clearance.
My understanding that is if the council sets thresholds, then the CEO should abide by those thresholds.
Okay, no problem. And so the thresholds, if it is set by council, the CEO should abide by it, meaning that going by the thresholds, clearance must be given by the mayor, correct?
If the council sets
Yes, correct?
If.
I said, I agree with you. Now, if the threshold is set, then the CEO up to a certain amount set by the threshold must seek clearance from the mayor, correct?
Yes, the CEO.
Good. Now, should council as a body in adhering to the laws that governs its administration comply with the financial manual?
Lead counsel, I believe we went over this yesterday, but if you insist, I can repeat again. Yes, the council should follow financial manuals, and the administration of the council should follow financial manuals.
Good. Now, if council did not set a threshold in accordance with the financial manual, would that be proper?
If it so chose, because it says it's their discretion.
No, please, it did not say a discretion. If council did not abide by the financial manual, to set up a threshold, would that be proper?
In this section 305,
Right.
it says the finance director shall not make any payment nor any charge in his accounts unless authorized by the chief executive officer in accordance with the monetary thresholds approved by each council. So it does say the council has that discretion.
If council, let's not read the words in the law that are not there. Discretion is not there. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. So no matter how much you emphasize the word discretion, it is not in the text. So now I repeat again. If the council did not set the threshold as required by the financial manual, would that be proper?
When it says the chief executive officer should abide by monetary thresholds approved by the council, it also implies the council can disapprove of thresholds.
Now, do you?
Mayor Bensouda, that is not the question. The question is where the council failed to provide a threshold, would it not be a fact that the council was not complying with the manual? That's the question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, so in a...
You see, the issue is I believe you understand that the objective of the manual is basically to provide standardization, right? Yeah. And also to provide for accountability and transparency, right? And to make sure that there is also legal compliance, right? And for that to be done and to enable decentralization. That's the final, actually key objective and principles of the act. I am saying the act, the manual. These are the four key principles for the manual. If we can comprehend what is in there. So without this, and this is sanctioned by law, this manual is sanctioned by law, because when you go to the Finance Act and when you go to the main legislation, because this financial manual is derived from the Act. It's just a step-by-step procedure to allow for coherent administration of the revenue and expenditure, so that there could be accountability, right? So the question is, where the council did not set a threshold, would that not imply that they are not in compliance with the manual?
Mr. Honorable Chairperson,
Yes.
before the witness answers the question, the witness is reminded that he is at liberty to answer the questions based on his understanding, but he has the right, he has to answer questions that are asked as stressed by the chairperson. It must be answered, and then we proceed.
The reason why I'm asking this question is because it is going to be helpful for these hard documents, that perhaps when we make our recommendations, there might be some reason to amend some of these things to align with the actual intent of what was originally intended, right? But we must appreciate and we must answer the questions in a more honest manner, so that this could inform whatever we do at the end of the day. Because we take cue from the witnesses that sit before us and give us concrete evidence as to what has transpired, right? So please answer the question.
Thank you, Ma, for that explanation. Yes, the council should follow the financial manual. The council should set thresholds they believe are in the best interest of the council, as the financial manual has stated.
Now we proceed to other issues.